student-athletes for both institutions by honoring our request that you treat all fans, officials, coaches, and student-athletes with respect. Let's make this event for all to enjoy. And now let's introduce the starters for today's contest. First for the Cardinals. Starting at guard, a 5'11 junior from Saginaw, Michigan, number 1, Freddie McIntosh. At guard, a 6'3 senior from Saginaw, Michigan, number 3, Trey Garrett. At guard, a 6'4 redshirt junior from Detroit, Michigan, number 11, Toodle Steele. At forward, a 6'8 senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 12, Dylan West. And at forward, a 6'8 sophomore from Muskegon, Michigan, number 23, Ethan Hill. The head coach of the Cardinals is Randy Bruth. Assistant coach is Tommy Tordecki. Now, here's the starting lineup for your Michigan Tech Huskies. Starting at guard, a 6'6 sophomore from Green Bay, Wisconsin, number 1, Marcus Tomaszek. At point guard, a 6'2 sophomore from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, number 3, Nate Abel. At guard, a 6'6 sophomore from Boyne City, Michigan, number 11, Pete Calcaterra. At guard, a 6'4 sophomore from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 13, Josh Terrian. And at forward, a 6'10 redshirt freshman from De Pere, Wisconsin, number 33, Dawson Nordgaard. The head coach of the Huskies is Josh Bittner. Assistant coaches are Zach Fleener and Ray Drake. Your officials for today's contest are Tim Windler, Kenneth Sarakis, and Chris Arneson.
For the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals, they will start number 1, Freddie McIntosh. He is a 5'11 junior guard from Saginaw High School. Number 3, Trey Garrett, a 6'3 senior from Saginaw, Michigan. Number 11, DeJuan Toodles Steele, 6'4 redshirt junior from Detroit. Number 12 is Dylan West, a 6'8 senior from Chicago, Illinois. And number 23 is Ethan Hill, a 6'8 sophomore from Muskegon High School. Huskies wearing gold, Cardinals wearing red. Ball is up, and it falls into the hands of the Cardinals as we get underway.
So the Cardinals wearing those red uniforms, Josh, Cardinal red as you call it.
Yep.
And the Huskies in their golds here at home. Cardinals have the first possession, and they work it down and knocking over, I don't know, are they going to call a foul?
They are going to call a foul on Marcus, it looks like. I think that was more of a situation where the Cardinals player tried to use some leverage against the Huskies, and, well, the Husky player wasn't there, and he fell on his backside, and, well, Michigan Tech got the worst of that one. First foul of the game on Marcus.
All right, with the ball is Toodle Steele, and he gets it out on top for Trey Garrett. From Bridgeport High School, just south of Saginaw. Shot is up, no good. What a rebound by the Cardinals, and they score. But that initial rebound there was by Ethan Hill, 6'8 sophomore from Muskegon. And people that know the state of Michigan know Muskegon is a hotbed for basketball. Here's a beautiful pass back to Calcaterra. Calcaterra works it over on the right side. Hands it off there to Nate Abel. Now down low, intended for Dawson Nordgaard. A little too far, goes out of bounds.
Did I see recently that Dawson's brother has committed to playing, is it college football?
I think you're right. I did see something about that, yeah. So we've played a minute here, 2-0 in favor of Saginaw Valley State. They've got the ball. Here's a three-point shot, and it is good. Wow. Way outside there by Giovanni Miles. 6'3 senior from Novi. Transfer from Macomb Community College on the north side of Detroit. Here's Josh Terrian in the backcourt. Well, it looks like they've taken a page out of the women's book with their press. And here's Tomaszek. Marcus from the left side, cans a three. Very calmly thrown up there by Marcus Tomaszek, the 6'6 sophomore from Green Bay.
And that offensive load's going to be a little bit more on number 1 without his counterpart in the backcourt, number 2, Goresger. So we'll see how Marcus answers the bell again here today.
Well, Marcus has been scoring like a whirling dervish all season. Here's a shot by Saginaw, no good. Tipped out. Tarian tips it ahead to Tomaszek. 2-on-1 at the other end. Oh, Calcaterra. I thought he was going to slam it, but he got fouled.
He should have probably, and he's thinking about that right now. Probably should have just put it down with authority. But maybe he was trying to lay it up to see if he could get the foul call and one. But instead, it's just going to be the foul and 2 free throw attempts coming up for Pete Calcaterra. You and I know just last year, marveled about the athleticism that Calcaterra has and just the seemingly nonstop motor.
He makes that free throw well. Also, I've heard from people that know him pretty well, his strength. He is extremely strong for his size. And his brother's on the roster here now at Tech too, Alex Calcaterra.
A guy who knows a thing or two about strength down below us. Husky football strength coach Jordan Ferguson. I'm sure he could teach him a thing or two in the gym.
We're tied at 5-5 with 17:50 to go in the first half. Brought to you by the Turbo Agency. And there's a layup inside by Toodle Seal, Dewan Toodle Seal from Henry Ford Community College down in Dearborn. Here's Calcaterra from the left side, doesn't shoot. Dribbles with it, gets it back out to Nate Abel. Abel over to Calcaterra, looking for Nordgaard underneath. Calcaterra keeps it, back over to Josh Tarian, to Abel. Abel baseline drive, and he went a little too far, and then he got a shot blocked by Dylan West.
I think he just heaves up a long 2 from the corner as the shot clock was going down, and
wow,
Nate finds the bottom of the net on that one, and the sophomore with a big bucket there to put the Huskies back up by 1.
That's the old making something out of nothing.
100%.
Now Saginaw down on the left side of the baseline. Abel playing defense, and they still get the shot off on a nice fadeaway there by Giovanni Miles. Now a little embellishment by Saginaw Valley there.
A fairly large skid down by Ethan Hill. He picks up the foul on the play, so.
He was hoping to attract a foul instead of being called for one, but Josh Tarian will inbound it. Josh, 6'4" sophomore from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. And Calcaterra goes to work over to Tarian, now on top for Nordgaard. Nordgaard wears number 33. He's a Green Bay native. Still has the ball, back out to Tarian. Left side now for Calcaterra. Fakes left. Oh, they're going to call it travel on Pete. That move was so quick that they're going to call him for traveling.
Well, substitution here. We'll see Hill come out, number 5 for the Cardinals is going to come in. That's Maurice Barnett, 6'5" senior from Chicago, Illinois. Transfer from the College of Southern Idaho.
Freddie McIntosh with the ball, gets it over to the aforementioned Barnett. Here's a shot from the right side. It's off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Calcaterra. Pete looks down court. He's got Tarian down there, but he elects to dribble it down himself. And now Calcaterra goes up with it, no good. And the rebound by Barnett. Fast break at the other end, and Saginaw scores. Nice job by Trey Garrett to slow down in time to get that shot off. 11-8, Saginaw with the lead. Huskies with the ball. Out of the backcourt comes Tomaszek. Tomaszek in front of the scorer's table, over to Nordgaard. Gets it right back to Tomaszek for 3, it's good. Dawson Nordgaard with the assist, and Tomaszek is hot here so far. And the Cardinals have the ball. We're tied at 11, and they try to untie it. They don't do it, though. Barnett couldn't handle the ball, and it comes into the hands of Calcaterra. Up on the right side now, Josh Tarian puts on the brakes, drops it back for Abel. Now back to Tarian. Tarian just does not look for a shot hardly at all. He always wants to pass. Down low, here's Nordgaard. Double clutches, puts it up. No good, but he's fouled.
Good battle down low there for Nordgaard. Good patience, too, as he's going up there against Dylan West. But pretty decent position on the play, but
in the limited games we've seen Nordgaard play this season, you can tell he's made a pretty big improvement over last year.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Bittner was talking about. That arc is pointing way up here right now. He is definitely starting to play increasingly better basketball game to game.
We're tied at 11.
Congratulations to our winner, and thank you, Domino's of Houghton, for supporting the Michigan Tech Huskies.
KMJ-FM, Hancock. There, we got the ID in there.
Always a professional.
Well, coming back onto the court now, both teams. Adam Hobson's out there for the Huskies. Nordgaard will be at the free throw line. Terrian is also out there along with Tomashik, Abel. And it looks like Dawson's going to come out and Robarge will come in after the free throws. First one is perfect by Dawson Nordgaard.
Well, I can't think of a better coach to bring Nordgaard along than Josh Bittner, who knows a thing or two about being big in the GLIAC.
Both perfect free throws by Nordgaard. So Robarge will replace him. So the double 33 goes out for the double fours, 44. 15-15 to go in the first half. Huskies lead 13-11. First half brought to you by the Turbo Agency. Saginaw Valley State with the basketball. Out on top is Giovanni Miles. Giovanni back to the three-point stripe, shoots, misses, and it's going to be Huskies basketball. Trying to flag it down there was Elijah Harrison, the junior from Tampa, Florida. Couldn't quite make the play. Huskies inbound it, Terrian, nice touch pass over for Abel, now to Hobson. Adam Hobson directing traffic, hands it off to Abel. Abel down the left side to Tomashik, to Robarge. Huskies some great ball movement right now. Tomashik down the left side of the lane, kicks it outside. Terrian for three, it's good! That's what we want to see. Josh putting a few up from outside.
Yeah, you know, he said he doesn't take a lot of shots. He doesn't look for a lot of shots, but you know when he shoots it, it's because he loves it. And if he loves it, he's going to make it.
And I think that was a design play for him, too. And maybe try to catch Saginaw sleeping a little bit, figuring he doesn't shoot that much. With the basketball now, Miles. Miles goes between his legs, being guarded tightly there by Nate Abel. Puts up a shot, and he hits it anyway. Even though Abel was playing terrific defense there, Josh. Just very talented shot by the Saginaw player. Hobson with a no-look pass to Terrian. Now over to Tomashik. Marcus does a little 360 pirouette, goes into the lane. Fadeaway jump shot, off the rim, no good. And rebounded by Maurice Anderson, junior from Romulus. Another one of their transfers from U of M Dearborn. Over on the left side is Maurice Bennett. Bennett backs himself up against Tomashik, comes over to the wide open shooter there, Maurice Anderson. He missed it. They get the rebound. They get 2 rebounds on the play, and they can't score, but they do draw a foul.
Yeah, it's just a missed chance there by Michigan Tech defensively. You had 2 players in there in good position to get the rebound, and the ball ends up going all the way to the floor and picked up by Saginaw for not only a chance at a second opportunity, but then a third, and it ends up resulting in a foul against Robarge.
Caden Augustine at the free throw line, a 6'8" junior, and he makes the first free throw. He's out of Ypsilanti, but he played college ball at a community college, Redlands Community College, which I'm not sure, but I think that's in California. 16-14, Huskies with the lead.
You know, I will say that there are a lot of colleges that sponsor basketball that I have never once heard of in my life, many of which GLIAC teams played against in the non-conference. Looking at some of the posts from GLIAC teams, and like, they're playing who? And I see some of the transfers, and they played where?
Here's Nate Abel trying to dish it off underneath for Robarge, and he got fouled.
No, ball just got knocked out of his hand, it looks like.
No contact, apparently.
May have been by, is that Harrison, 13? Nope, that's 11, sorry, that's Seal.
So they've got Abel inbounding it to Tomashik. Boy, he threw a rocket to him. Now over to Hobson. Adam back to Josh Terrian. Josh hit a big three just a minute ago. Over to Abel. 8 on the shot clock. Abel fade away in the lane. No good. And the rebound ripped out of there by Maurice Barnett. Barnett down the left side. Gets it over on the right to Elijah Harrison. Down low, shot off the glass. What a move inside by Toodle Seal. And that gives Saginaw a 1-point lead, 17-16. Hobson dribbling with the left hand over for Terrian. Josh Terrian hangs on to the ball, looks for somebody to get open. Hobson and Abel collided. Now Tomashik with it, over to Nate Abel. Abel gets it over on the left side. Robarge working it down low against Augustine, and he missed the shot with a baby hook.
It's a great setup for that play. I'm really disappointed it didn't go in because everything he did there was right.
Seal with the ball now. Seal backs off from the free throw line over to Barnett. And they work it over now to Elijah Harrison. Here's a shot from Augustine, no good. That was Ashley Anderson taking the shot. Huskies with the rebound. Terrian fakes a pass down low. Look at this. Got his man to lead. Shot is up by Abel and it's missed off the rim. Under 12 to go here in the first half, brought to you by the Turbo Agency. Cardinals lead the Huskies 17-16. Very athletic team. Dwan Toodle Seal with the ball right now. From the free throw line, he got cut down from behind. Is that on Robarge?
Might be on Abel. Yeah, it looks like it's Nate, and that I think is going to be a second on Nate.
Okay. Well, we've got a timeout here, fans, with the score Saginaw 17, Michigan Tech 16. This is Husky basketball on Mix 93.
Kane just had an absolutely filthy setup.
Patrick Kane in action against San Jose Sharks tonight down at Little Caesars, and you've been able to watch a little bit of that, Josh. How's he look?
Well, it looks like he can contribute, certainly. Still getting his feet wet, I guess, a little bit after that pretty major hip surgery that he had there. But Red Wings right now being outplayed generally by the Sharks, which is kind of unfortunate because the Sharks, well, they're not good. But they're
they started off horrible.
Yeah,
remember?
they're out shooting Detroit about 2-1. They are last in so many categories right now, and part of that is the awful start they got off to. But
I think they were 0-10 or something.
But the Red Wings need to do a little work. Still half the game to go in that one. No score.
Seal hits the first free throw and the second one, so they're up by 3 now, 19-16. Huskies not shooting too bad. 4 for 9, 44%. 4 for 5 from three-point range, 80%. And perfect at the free throw line, 4 for 4. They've got the ball right now. Over to Nordgaard down low. Here's Hobson. Oh, he missed it. And that's a bucket that he makes probably 95% of the time.
Yeah, and that right there, kind of the microcosm of the inside game for the Huskies as a drive right to the basket by Seal. He just bullied his way right through the Michigan Tech defensive player on that one. Just no chance. But that was Schmeinda, the freshman.
Here's a shot by Tomashik from 3. It's no good. And ripping the rebound down is Augustine with 11 minutes to go in the half. 21-16, 5-point lead Saginaw with the basketball. Toodle Seal. Seal being guarded by Nate Abel. Or correction, Schmeinda is in there now. Actually, they told me it's Schmeinda.
Sorry about that. This is the first men's game I've had, so sorry, Schmeinda. I'll make sure I mark that notable there for me.
And it's going to be Huskies basketball. Randy Baruth looking on very concerned from the sideline. Like you said, in his 12th season, he's been there for a while.
He's had success, over 500 record for Randy Baruth.
Schmeinda with the ball across the line over to Nordgaard. Nordgaard looking for somebody to give it to, and he finds Calcaterra. Calcaterra will hand it off. Schmeinda. Schmeinda wants to shoot, can't get a shot off. Hobson's got it. Hobson goes in the lane to Nordgaard, puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound, but they're going to wipe out the shot. You say the foul occurred first.
Good effort, though, by Nordgaard, and good job following up on that one, even if that ultimately didn't count for the second shot. Good work by following up on the play, and he'll head back to the free throw line. He's already had a visit there earlier today, and again, showing patience underneath.
Nordgaard with a couple of points from the free throw line. The crowd quiets as he gets ready to shoot, and he makes the first one. Dawson Nordgaard, 6'10", like you said, Josh Bittner type size, and just super skilled big guy. And we're starting to see it manifest itself now in his second season.
Yeah, obviously comes from an athletic family.
Well, you're referring to his brother, but his dad was also a super athlete.
Well, I was more referring to his dad than his brother.
Oh, okay. Here's Calcaterra wide open for three. Nobody within 8 feet of him, and he knocks it down. Huskies within one, 21-20. Saginaw with the lead. This is Barnett with the ball. Fans are starting to get into the game here now. Under 10 to go in the half. Three-point shot is no good. But another offensive rebound by Saginaw Valley. They're good at that. Dylan West came up with that one. Now with the ball, trying to dance his way through is Giovanni Miles. Huskies come up with the ball. Here's Tomaszek. Marcus in the lane, left hand, yes. Huskies take the lead, 22-21. Tomaszek showing us some really nifty moves inside. Freddie McIntosh with the ball now. A junior from Saginaw High. Played for the Trojans, one of the historically great basketball schools in Saginaw. And with the basketball now, Trey Garrett feeds it to Augustine. Shot is up, no good.
Good defense by Nordgaard on that play.
And Calcaterra takes it all the way down, now drops it back to Hobson. Here's Schmeinda for three, no good, wide right. Rebounded by the Cardinals. This is Seal bringing it down. Guarded there by Schmeinda. And the Cardinals directing traffic. They bring Trey Garrett out. He's from Bridgeport. Over on the right side. He's going to alley-oop it down low. And Nordgaard getting beat up underneath there by Dylan West. Huskies do come up with the ball, though. Now Calcaterra going down there through the lane. Had the ball knocked away at the last minute by Barnett. Calcaterra showing us some real speed, though, Josh.
Yeah, his athleticism is something that I've kind of marveled at ever since he first hit the floor. And now you're seeing that experience here. It's not just the speed, but now it's control with that speed that Calcaterra is starting to reel in or what have you to make him such a dangerous player.
I got to meet his dad last year, and we talked about his athleticism. Of course, his dad played ball at Wayne State, I believe. Calcaterra's dad. Here's Hobson in the lane. Goes wide left.
Speaking of athletes, great vertical for Hobson.
Here's Jackson. He passes it off to Ethan Hill.
Doesn't matter, traveling violation called.
So it'll be Huskies basketball, and Hobson will inbound, or no, it's going to be Terrian to inbound it on the near sideline. Huskies attacking the basket down to our left. Nate Abel gets the pass ahead to Hobson. And the shot clock was not moving, I don't think.
That is correct, it was not. Officials doing a good job noticing that.
They're going to change it, I believe, but I don't know how much. They're going to go to the review.
I guess they're going to check to see where the clock was when it should have started and how many seconds are supposed to go off of that.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
8:12
looks
left
like,
to go in the half, though. The Huskies leading 22-21. So they're reviewing over there on the sideline. Why don't we take a 30-second break with them? Huskies lead by 1 with 8:12 to go in the half. First half is being brought to you by the Turbo Agency on Mix 93. Huskies with the lead.
So an extra 3 seconds taken off
Okay.
the clock. So 8, 10, and 26 on the shot clock here. You figured that there had to be probably 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 seconds or something go off the clock for the officials to be like, okay, it's not running, we got to stop play.
So the Huskies have the ball. This is Nate Abel with it now. Nate Abel, who hails from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Dribbles between his legs, being guarded over there by Curtis Jackson. Feeds it down low for Dawson Nordgaard. Dawson with 8 on the shot clock in the lane. Waiting for the defender, shoots, misses. Loose ball, Calcaterra I thought had it, but it was taken away by Dylan West. Down at the other end, Saginaw gets down there in a hurry. Nate Abel gets knocked down to the floor. Shot is up and good. Three-pointer by, that was number 2, Curtis Jackson. Sophomore from Detroit. Now Josh Terrian with the ball, just hangs onto it, dribbles with the right hand. Looking for somebody to get open, he gets it over to Calcaterra. Pete to Hobson, catches, shoots, hits the rim, no good. Rebound Saginaw, they've got a 3-on-1. Down at the other end, Freddie McIntosh rather. McIntosh back for Curtis Jackson. So they go into a set offense now after that fast break was foiled by the Huskies. This is McIntosh again. Down low, and they score easily on a layup by Ethan Hill. Nate Abel with the ball. Nice pass to Calcaterra, back for Josh Terrian. Abel again, driving down the left side of the lane, looking for help, and he finds Calcaterra. One-handed pass over to Hobson. Now on the right side, Dawson Nordgaard. Back out for Hobson. Adam releases, it's no good. And the ball knocked out of bounds. And they're going to give it to Michigan Tech, it looks like.
Well, Calcaterra went up for the rebound, ended up getting swatted down to the floor. But for his efforts, the ball went off of the Cardinals in the eyes of the officials. So Michigan Tech will have the ball when we come back.
Huskies are down by 4, 26-22. This is Husky basketball on Mix 93.
Pizza, candy for the kids, and a fan favorite, nachos with cheese.
Games would be played a little bit differently. Right now, the Cardinals have a 4-point edge over the Huskies here. About 2/3 of the way through the first half.
Terrian with the ball. Gets it back to Nate Abel over on the right side for Pete Calcaterra, the Boyne City Rambler. Takes it down low, and he gets hammered. Pete Calcaterra fouled
And he makes sure it's going to be free throws. He said, you saw me going up for a shot, right? Official says, yes, I did. So foul goes on number 23, Ethan Hill, his second, team's fifth. Calcaterra to the line again. He's already had a visit there earlier in the game.
2 for 2 tonight. Now he's 3 for 3.
Again, I don't want to say he was never a confident player, but you can feel the confidence in his knowledge he can perform at this level increasing as time goes along.
Josh, when you look at the numbers, they're remarkable right now, even though it's still fairly early in the game, but no turnovers by Saginaw, only 2 by Tech.
Well, Huskies have to force something a little bit defensively. That's one area that Coach Bittner says they have to improve is defensively. See if they can force some mistakes by Saginaw Valley here.
Cardinals with a 2-point lead, 26-24, 6:05 left in the half. Here's a drive and a layup and a score by Trey Garrett.
Part of the problem, though, is that the Cardinals are such a veteran team with a lot of seniors and upperclassmen.
Oh, Abel lost it. Garrett takes it. Garrett's going to feed it, and they lay it up and in by Freddie McIntosh. Boy, they're just so quick. Here's Abel now over in front of the Saginaw bench. Gets it over to Peyton Lacombe, who's in the game.
Three-pointer looks like that's Marcus with another triple there for the Huskies. Big time play there. It kind of happened so quickly.
Yeah, it did. 3 for 3 now for Tomashik from 3-point range. Down low, and Lacombe playing good defense down there.
Looks like Pete's going to get foul here. Ball loose underneath the basket there, and Pete, the help defense on that one, picks up his first.
We haven't seen a lot of Peyton Lacombe, who is in his sophomore season from Ludington, 6'8". But he's getting a chance to show it a little bit tonight. The free throw is no good by Ethan Hill, sophomore from Muskegon. Probably played a few games at the L.C. Walker Arena down there, I bet. And he missed the second one. 3 Huskies go for the rebound.
And they almost knock each other out of bounds.
Oh, man. Lacombe was one of the guys. Well, Calcaterra's pass over to Terrian. Josh to Lacombe. Lacombe dribbles once, gets it over to Abel. Abel with a baseline drive, kicks it outside to Calcaterra. Over now to Tomashik. Tomashik's been hot outside. Gets it to Lacombe. Lacombe back to Tomashik. 5 on the shot clock. Marcus puts up a shot, hits the rim, no good. Rebounded by Saginaw Valley. Trey Garrett will bring it down the left side of the court. Garrett now crosses over to the right, puts up a shot, doesn't go, rebounded by Calcaterra. Garrett trying to do it all by himself. Now Josh Terrian over for Marcus, took the step and shoots, misses. They gave him a step there. Meanwhile, Lacombe fell down at the other end, a no-look pass, and looked like the Harlem Globetrotters there, Josh. The first one looked like an intentional miss off the glass to set up the shot by Caden Augustine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but I tell you, it sure seemed that way.
It looked like a play that the Globetrotters would do. Here's Tomashik now, left side. He's open. He shoots. He scores.
And we got a whistle here and a stoppage as we've got one of the officials making a call to the sidelines here.
He was looking up at the clock, too. I wonder if there's another problem over there.
I think they may have potentially put the score up on the wrong side or put the wrong amount of points up there. Adjustment made on the scoreboard, 32-30 Cardinals over the Huskies.
So it'll be Saginaw's basketball, and it'll be Trey Garrett to inbound it for the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals. Huskies will play Wayne State here on Saturday. 4 minutes to go in the first half, brought to you by the Turbo Agency. 2-point deficit for Tech. Saginaw's got the ball. They work it over to Trey Garrett, down low. McIntosh fadeaway, doesn't go. Rebounded by Hobson. Actually, it was Jackson that took that shot, not McIntosh. Here's Terrian. Josh has a 3-pointer here tonight. Now Nordgaard hands it off to Hobson. He was open, he looked at the basket. And now Tomashik feeds it over to Terrian. Cross court, Hobson looking down low, he finds Nordgaard. Oh, it's tipped away. And picked up there by Curtis Jackson.
They wanted to call over the back on that one, reaching in over the top of Nordgaard and knocked that one away.
Even though I'm a Tech fan, I would have to agree that was right. It should have been called. And now Saginaw tried a reverse layup. doesn't go, and they're going to award the ball to the Cardinals. Josh Tarian talking to the official, and so is Josh Bittner. They do not like the way that call ended up. Now, 2 officials are conferring. Will they change the call, Josh?
Looks like they are giving the ball to...
Oh, look at Josh Tarian.
Michigan Tech. I was going to say, I thought they changed it here, but Trey Garrett was hanging out ready to inbound it, and Josh Tarian and he were...
Josh gave him a shove.
Yeah, kind of bargaining for the same position.
Well, looks like we're going to have to wait now. They've got a timeout. With 3:12 to play here in half number 1, it's 32-30 in favor of Saginaw Valley State. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Husky basketball on Mix 93. What do you...
Points on the board here tonight than we'll see in the NFL game this evening. One of the lowest over-unders in 30 years projected in that contest between the hapless offense, that is the New England Patriots, and the quarterbackless and offensive coordinatorless Pittsburgh Steelers. So that game, they are predicting to be 30 or less combined points.
Boy, Tomaszek got tied up there with Elijah Harrison. And are they calling the foul on Maurice Anderson, it looks like? Okay. So that'll put Marcus Tomaszek at the free throw line. 6'6" sophomore from Ashwaubenon makes the first one. Josh Tarian's going to come back to get ready to go down on defense. Tomaszek's second free throw is perfect. And we're tied at 32. Some great free throw shooting by the Huskies with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Tech is in the bonus situation. Saginaw Valley working outside with the ball. This is Toodles Seal. Goes down low, puts up a shot, and unbelievable, he got it to go. Even though he had Nordgaard, I think, right in his face.
That was just a really good play by Seal, who now is going to pick up a foul trying to steal one away from Josh Tarian. But
way too aggressive on that play, and as a result, he'll pick up a personal foul, like you said.
Great individual effort on the offensive side, and I think he was just feeling real confident there and thought he could get that steal and take it the other way for a big play. Speaking of big plays, goals are coming fast and furious at the Little Caesars Arena.
Tarian gets that first free throw, by the way.
What was a 0-0 game is now 4-2 Detroit. A couple of soft ones, I think, for Ville Husso a few moments ago off of Red Wings turnovers.
I was just going to ask you who the goalie was tonight for Detroit.
Well, we might see all 4 suited goalies here. We've seen 3 to this point. Husso has now given up 2 that Derek Lalonde's going to be a little unhappy with.
Tarian gets both free throws, so the Huskies have tied it again, 34 apiece. Saginaw with the ball, 2:28 to go in the half.
That was a shorty, by the way, the last one.
Okay. Coming up at halftime, we'll have a Pepsi trivia question for you. We've had one winner tonight on the women's game. And now a player falls down and loses the ball, and he can't get back into the play. That leaves an odd man rush for the Huskies. Nate Abel feeds it outside. Tomaszek, 3. Yes! He drains it. Huskies lead 37-34. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Husky fans are enjoying this game, that's for sure. Saginaw with the ball, near steal by Nate Abel. Comes into the hands of Freddie McIntosh. Back now for Maurice Anderson. He'll dish it off to Barnett. Back to Anderson. Lays it in. Oh, I thought that went in, didn't it, Josh?
That was an absolutely phenomenal block by Tomashik, coming through and pinning that one against the board right next to the basket. Fantastic
I looked down
defensive
at my sheet
play.
here and I thought that it went through.
They heard the call from the officials, and Tomashik gets a hand from all of his friends on the bench. Guess what, Mitch?
What?
It's 4-3.
Another goal, huh?
A 7th goal in what has to be, 8 minutes of gameplay and the LCA right now?
Well, if the Tech Pep Band were there, they'd be chanting Civ.
Well, they wouldn't be chanting it for their own goalie, but that was not a quality defensive effort by the Red Wings. That one's not really Husso's fault there, but man, did they hang him out to dry on that play.
Well, a lot of the fans think that Lyons should be the #1 goalie there in Detroit.
Well, he might get a chance to prove it again on Saturday. I think he was scheduled to start on Saturday for the Red Wings. I don't know if he's backing up tonight or if they have Reimer backing up or not, but
when are they going to bring Casa up anyway? Where is
might
he?
be a
Is
little
he in
while.
Grand Rapids?
He is.
Okay. Here's an inbounds pass stolen by Tech. Here come the Huskies over on the left side. Hobson back for Schminda, and now on the right side for Abel. Abel down on the baseline. He's double teamed. Feeds it over to Josh. 3-pointer by Terrian, in and out, no good. And the rebound ripped out of there by Elijah Harrison. Harrison down the right side, feeds it over to Barnett. Down low now, Augustine against Nordgaard. Nowhere to go with it, back out to Barnett. Barnett to Augustine, they're gonna try it again. Oh, he'll hand it off. Barnett, oh, look at this. Augustine couldn't got more any wide open as he shook Nordgaard, and he got that pass right back from Barnett and went in for an easy bucket.
Timeout Michigan Tech, the old can't take that one with me to the second half, so might as well use it one that Coach Bittner learned from Coach Luke.
Yeah. 37-36, Huskies with the lead. And this has been an entertaining game. I don't know how many lead changes we've had, 6. And last time I checked, it's been a back and forth game though, John.
It has been, and you know what, I don't know that the up and down style is the way Michigan Tech wants to play, but because of some of their current deficiencies defensively that they're working on here, it is more effective right now. It's keeping them in the game, and Marcus Tomashik's definitely doing his job here so far. He's hit quite a few threes already on this first half score sheet, so Tomashik has been great. We're going to need him to continue to be good because it looks like we've got an offensive duel on our hands. Kind of an opposite of what we saw in the women's contest where defense was the name of the game.
Very entertaining basketball. Get your tickets, come out here Saturday. 1 o'clock for the women, 3 for the men against Wayne State. And don't forget hockey tomorrow night right here in this big complex as the Huskies entertain Northern Michigan in CCHA hockey tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Tickets are available. With the basketball now is Nate Abel. Abel goes around a screen from Nordgaard. Back over for Tomashik. Tomashik against the double team, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, a third try, and they draw a foul.
He must have been watching some volleyball over there because he was just doing a lot of the sets right there, right off the glass, and couldn't get it to go in, but good persistence there from Tomashik, and now it's going to result in a chance from the free throw line.
Looked like a little bit like a tip drill.
Yeah.
And he gets the free throw. Marcus. Is that his first free throw tonight? I think so. So Hobson comes out of the game now. Calcaterra's out there with Nordgaard, Abel, Tomashik, and he misses the second free throw. Terrian is out there. I think they wanted to make a change here, but they didn't get a chance to get the player in. 30 seconds to go in the half. Tech leading by 2, 38-36. With the basketball, Trey Garrett, or that's Freddie McIntosh. McIntosh fadeaway jump shot short, and Terrian goes for the loose ball, and they come down right on top of him. No whistles. 10 seconds to go. Here's Calcaterra, goes all the way down, and he gets fouled.
He almost got the prayer to get thrown in off the glass as he was being fouled with 6.6 to go.
I think it was Barnett that got him.
He did have some help coming on the as a trailer off his right side, but
I don't know if he could hear any yelling or anything, though. He might not have known.
also kind of just good, though, for him to commit to taking it hard to the hole there and hope for that foul and see what happens. Like the strong play.
Perfect on the free throw. So 2 Huskies are coming in. They're going to get Schminda in. And also coming into the game for Tech is that Lacombe? Yeah, that is Peyton Lacombe. So a timeout with 6.6 to go here. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our Pepsi trivia question. And just a reminder, at the end of the game, we pick our Superior Player of the Game, sponsored by Superior National Bank. In the women's game tonight, it was Lydia Shively.
Yeah, and that didn't necessarily lead in categories, but felt like was a difference maker when the Huskies really needed somebody to make a difference at the end of that first quarter. And her presence on the floor, whether it was coincidental or not, she scored points, she grabbed rebounds, and helped prevent Michigan Tech from allowing any Saginaw Valley points. So good effort by number 12 tonight for Michigan Tech women in their victory.
Last we heard, I think Northern was leading Wayne State, right?
They defeated Wayne State, yep, by about 15.
So Wayne State will come in here on Saturday.
Ferris State and Parkside also winners tonight on the women's side.
It'll be Pete Calcaterra at the free throw line. 6.6 to go. Michigan Tech leading by 3 as we near halftime. Free throw's good. 40-36. Saginaw with the ball at midcourt. 3 seconds. And are they going to call this on Schminda? It is.
Well, the Huskies not in the penalty, so they had the foul to give on that play.
Matt Schminda, a freshman from Brookfield, Wisconsin. Same city that Dan Goresger's from. So it'll be Saginaw's ball from the near sideline. 3 seconds. They get it. The shot is up, way off the mark. Actually, the way it bounced off the backboard, it wasn't that far off the mark. And we've got halftime. Michigan Tech leading by 4, 40-36. We'll be back with our halftime stats after this timeout on Mix 93.
Little Huskies. (40-36) over Saginaw Valley State from the
Lower Peninsula in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. And Josh, the game has been tied 7 times, or 4 times. There have been 7 lead changes. From a fan's point of view, kind of entertaining game.
Absolutely has been, and it's points being scored. 76 combined points in the first half. So lots of lead changes. Nobody's led by more than 6 points in the game, so never more than 2 possessions out in front. It's certainly been an entertaining game for the fans.
2 stats that stand out to me. Michigan Tech was 6 points off fast breaks, 4 for Saginaw Valley. It almost seemed like it should be the other way. And then Saginaw outscoring the Huskies in the paint 22-2.
Yeah,
That's got to change.
I had that listed there as well. It's not that the Huskies haven't had opportunities in the paint. Certainly Nordgaard had a couple of great looks in there. Hobson and Tomaszek each had opportunities in there just off the top of my head. But I also look at this part here where the Huskies bench has not contributed any points yet. They've only taken 6 shots, but you know, you're going to need more than Marcus Tomaszek, who's got a game-high 20 points right now. You're going to need some help from Marcus. And right now the bench hasn't provided anything, so you need to find some of that depth and something that's going to get you some additional secondary scoring.
Well, the Huskies' leading scorer is Marcus Tomaszek with 20 points. He leads all scorers in the game, but when you score half of your team's points, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it's something that you know, they clearly need him to do. And you know, this season here, he's what, 5th in the nation, averaging 24.5 points per contest, and it looks as though he's going to need to eclipse that today for the Huskies to be on the winning end of things. But like I said, you need to find somebody to contribute in addition to him. His 5 of 7 shooting from 3-point range has been spectacular, though.
Calcaterra is on the verge of a double-double, 9 points, 7 boards at halftime here. And the Huskies 5 points from Josh Terrian, which, you know, I mean, he's capable of scoring, but he seems like he doesn't take a lot of shots because he's kind of a defensive specialist out there. But it's good to see him getting 5 here in the first half.
Yeah, defensive specialist, ball mover, all-around team guy. That's what Josh Terrian is, and that's why they love him on the team for sure. One other stat that I noted here was Michigan Tech turned the ball over just 4 times in the first half. They forced just 5 by Saginaw, so relatively clean first half for both teams, but that's good news for the Huskies being able to take care of the basketball.
Absolutely, and that's a small number by both teams.
Yeah, definitely a little different pace than what we saw from the women's contest, which I think both teams were right around 20, 22 and 19, I believe, for the 2 teams. So still a second half. Lots could happen in that second half with the pressure that the Cardinals are forcing and the speed that they're playing with. But good job by both teams at this point taking care of the basketball.
For Saginaw Valley, their leading scorer with 10 points is Seal. And so only 2 players in double figures at halftime, Tomaszek and Seal. The leading rebounder for Saginaw, well, they've got several players with 3. Augustine, Jackson, Barnett, and
Jackson.
Harrison.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's right. So in one of these situations where from a Saginaw side, it has been a variety of players getting involved, and they are out rebounding the Huskies 23-16 right now. Michigan Tech, meanwhile, has 7 of their 16 rebounds coming from Pete Calcaterra. And there's also 3 team rebounds, meaning the ball went out of bounds, basically off of the Cardinals and turning it over to possession to Michigan Tech. So Huskies need to find somebody else to help on the glass there as well.
Yeah. Tomaszek has that one block, and that was the one that impressed you.
Well, it wasn't just impressing me. There was about 15 guys sitting on the sidelines over there who are all hooping and hollering about Tomaszek's effort on that play. But nice to see Marcus doing things on both ends of the floor here.
All right, well, fans, stay tuned. We've got our Pepsi trivia question coming up. The Huskies lead at halftime, 40-36. We'll be back in a moment with, well, actually, why don't we get to our question right now? Okay, so the rules are quite simple. If you or someone in your family has won anything on our stations within the past 30 days, don't call because you're not eligible. If you are eligible, the number to call is 906-483-4054. That's 906-483-4054. What's the question? You'll find out in 1 minute here on Mix 93.
Mitch disconnected and give it a second to reset here.
Congratulate Ryan Jermu from Calumet, the winner of our Pepsi Trivia question. He knew the answer was Pete Calcaterra, who is the player from Lower Michigan that is scored double figures in the last 2 games for Tech. Against Duluth, he had 15, and against Morehead State, he had 20.
Yeah, he's got 9 tonight, so chance to eclipse double figures again.
And of course, we've been saying a lot of complimentary things about him because he's having a good game here tonight. So Saginaw Valley starts with the ball here in the second half. They go down low, and a foul or a travel?
Foul on Pete on that play. Just got a little greedy and reached in on that one when the ball was presented there, and kind of yelled at himself a little bit after he reached. He knew that probably wasn't the best, smartest idea right there. There was a defender on it.
So they get it right back, and off the inbounds pass, they score.
Yeah, just quick play right into the area underneath the basket for an easy layup.
Josh Terrian with the ball. He's got 5 points here tonight. Now a collision. Tomashik goes down pretty hard. Nordgaard helps him to his feet. So it'll be Huskies ball under their basket. 21 on the shot clock. They'll be inbounded by Nate Abel. Sophomore from Beaver Dam gets it in. Tomashik catches, shoots, and misses. Rebounded by Saginaw. Knocked away by Josh Terrian. Puts it up, misses. Trying to draw a foul. Come on, Josh. And he scored. Terrian, great persistence. Or as they like to say at Michigan Tech, tenacity. Wow, what a great job by Josh Terrian. Now over on the far right side for Saginaw Valley, Ethan Hill gives it up there to Dylan West. And a collision on the floor. Going down is Tomashik.
Marcus has found himself on the floor a couple times already here in the first minute of the second half.
They're going to call a foul on Tomashik. It'll be his second. Second team foul of the second half. We've only played 55 seconds. Huskies lead 42-38. Saginaw with the ball. Cardinals dribble once. They release it. Nordgaard comes out to help on defense. They go into the lane. This is Freddie McIntosh using the high glass to score on that layup.
Man, just a combination of stutters and spins and turns. Got him all the way to the basket against Nate Abel there, and using the high glass. And now an offensive foul as Nate Abel collides with Trey Garrett on the play. And Garrett looks like he got the worst of that one. I don't know if it was a knee-on-knee like collision there, or no, he's reaching towards his face. Looked at first like he was reaching down towards his leg, but Looks
Abel
like
was
it's
flying at the time, I know that.
looks like it's the face. He says he's okay. Little low five there from Abel on the way. No malicious intent or anything with it. Sportsmanship between the two players.
Trey Garrett hanging onto the ball now, guarded by Tomaszek. Picked up by Nordgaard, throws it over on the right side. Nordgaard battling for position inside. And Saginaw Valley right in front of their own bench. Now they get a shot off. A three-pointer's no good. And, oh, Tarian gets clobbered by Saginaw Valley. They were both going for the basketball. But Tarian took the worst of that one.
And I looked over to the football team over there and gave a little fist pump like, hey, I can play physical too, guys.
Tarian is a tough kid. There's no question about that. He gets it into Nate Abel.
He could certainly have a future as a tech football player. He plays with that kind of physicality and mentality.
He really does. He's got the ball right now. Oh, what a pass! Tarian underneath to Tomaszek for the dunk. Oh, Josh made a terrific pass, and Tomaszek finishes it. At the other end, Saginaw misses. Tomaszek with the rebound. Marcus puts on the brakes, stutter step, back to Tarian. Thought about shooting, now back to Tomaszek. Dribbles behind his back, lost the ball. And here goes Saginaw off to the races in a layup for 2 points by Trey Garrett. 44-42, Huskies, it's end-to-end basketball here at the SDC. Abel over to Nordgaard. Nordgaard back to Nate Abel. Abel, fadeaway jumper, and he got it. As Will Tiemann would say, he got it, because that was a shot that, I mean, I didn't expect him to take it, did you?
Not particularly, well, it was a great shot, but not a great high percentage shot there.
Freddie McIntosh at the other end just got a nice little layup.
And Abel tried to get in early on that play and just waited him out and able to get an easy layup.
Tomaszek out to Calcaterra, to Josh Tarian. Tarian singled out, isolated on that right side. Gets it over to Abel, back out on side to Tomaszek from the left side, and a three-pointer. That brings the whole entire Huskies bench to their feet to applaud the effort by Marcus. He's getting some points here tonight. He might end up with 30 at least. And now there's going to be a foul called on Josh Tarian. Look at Josh. He just is in disbelief.
Yeah, he was
rolled down there.
Looking at the official, and he threw the block sign up. Oh, man. Few subs.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like Nordgaard's coming out and Robarge is coming in. Tyler, the 6'8 senior from Chippewa Falls, replaces Dawson Nordgaard.
3 different Cardinals coming in. It's like
Amongst
Curtis
them,
Jackson.
Caden Augustine, the
Curtis
6'8
Jackson and
junior.
Maurice Barnett.
Barnett's got that long hair, huh?
Tomaszek over there looking to mop up specific areas of sweat.
He was using the mop himself. Michigan Tech bench making all sorts of motions from the sideline. Barnett catches, shoots, misses. Rebounded by Robarge. Good positioning there by Tyler. And Tomaszek will bring it down now for the Huskies. Gets it over to Robarge. Robarge dribbling with the left hand, picks it up, gets it to Tarian. Josh Tarian feeds it on the left side. Tomaszek, he's in that corner. He's trapped there, and they're going to call a foul on Trey Garrett, I believe.
Looks that way.
And Garrett's disputing the call, but you just can't be that tight on a guy where you're actually rubbing skin. I mean, that's a foul. Tomaszek will inbound at 20 on the shot clock, right underneath his own basket. See what he does. He's always been creative on these. Gets it into Calcaterra. Pete against Barnett in the lane, double pumps, shoots, misses, wide right. Barnett with the rebound. Saginaw Valley, oh boy, what was that? Looked like I don't know what it looked like, the way he slid his feet. That was pretty weird. Curtis Jackson, 6-footer from Detroit. Foul's going to be on Robarge, his second. Inbounds pass to Augustine. Now over to Freddie McIntosh, to Barnett. There's a drive underneath, they kick it outside. That left a man open, Trey Garrett. And the three-pointer's knocked down by Freddie McIntosh.
Tarian tried to close out, but just really good ball movement by the Cardinals. They just kept finding an open man and then another open man.
Robarge being challenged by McIntosh. No contest there. McIntosh listed at 5'11". I think he's more like 5'9".
He gave up a lot of height on that one, and he knew it. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to live to see another day here.
Yeah, Robarge took it to the hoop. Here's a shot from the elbow on the right side, and it's good. Are they going to count it?
Guess what? That's McIntosh against Robarge, and this time McIntosh gets the bucket and the foul, so he gave up 2 to Robarge on the other end. Now he's got 2 for a chance at a third when we come back.
And that's the third personal on Tyler Robarge. 15:26 to play in the game. Our second half brought to you by Copper Country Ford. Back in a minute here on Mix 93. Well, will I be able to watch some of the game when we get home, do you think?
I should say, was a struggle
Thank
to
you.
score points really for both teams for a majority of the contest. And here in this game, you have Saginaw Valley shooting nearly 50% and the Huskies shooting 42%, and both teams filling it up pretty well so far.
Free throw is good by McIntosh. So it's 51-50 now. 1-point game. Don't go away. This might go right down to the wire. Here's Calcaterra. We've had several lead changes, 7 actually. Nate Abel to Josh Terrian. Down low for Dawson Nordgaard. Nordgaard backs himself into the basket, puts it up, and they're going to call a foul.
No travel. He shuffled his feet
that
a little
what it
bit.
is?
Yeah, when he was backing down there and picked up the ball, his feet kind of shuffled a little bit.
So Saginaw will inbound it. The Huskies will pick him up at midcourt. Abel waiting for the ball handler to cross the line. That is Trey Garrett. Or no, it isn't. It's Curtis Jackson. A no-look pass down low for Barnett. Gathers it in before it goes out of bounds. Now in front of the Saginaw bench. Terrian playing defense on the ball handler. Doing a lot of shaking and baking out there. Now Barnett drives, misses the layup, and it's taken by Tomaszek as it caromed right to him. Now Marcus down at the other end to Abel. Throws it out to Terrian. Terrian with a nice shot or pass fake. Now back to Nate Abel. And the ball knocked out of bounds there by Curtis Jackson. Michigan Tech ball on the near sideline. A lot of fans down there in those seats watching from up close. That's a nice thing here. You can be really close to the action, Josh. Good place to watch a game. Here's Nordgaard trying to feed it to Tomaszek. He gets it to him. Over in the left corner, Josh Terrian, three-pointer. Terrian showing some offense here tonight. Huskies take a 4-point lead. On the left side, McIntosh. Back out on top for Barnett. Gets it over to Jackson. Jackson tied up by Nordgaard. Gets it over to McIntosh. No good. Loose ball picked up by Calcaterra. Here come the Huskies. He lays it up with the left hand. A fast break by Michigan Tech results in a 6-point lead. Josh Terrian applauding his teammates' efforts. Now Saginaw with the basketball. Still a lot of time left in the game. They get it into Jackson. Jackson, his pass intended for Augustine, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Tech basketball.
Huskies in a nice little mini run here. putting a little distance on the Cardinals.
Josh Terrian gets it in to Nate Abel. Terrian with, I believe, 10 points here tonight. Here's Terrian over on the left side. 3-point shot is up. They wipe it out. Why? Was he out of bounds?
Moving screen, block. Yeah, moving screen called.
And it's going to be on Josh Terrian, his second personal. 13:25 left to play in the game. Saginaw gets the ball inbounds to Curtis Jackson. Jackson gets it right back over on the right side to Barnett. Back to Jackson. They play catch outside. Now into the paint. Jackson's shot is up. No good. Or yes, it is good. Huskies ball. They lead by 4. Terrian over to Calcaterra. Saginaw's defense has softened up a little bit here now. Here's Nordgaard. Nordgaard hands it off to Nate Abel. Abel trying to go through 2 defenders. They're going to call a travel on Nate.
Didn't really have anywhere to go. He got caught in between some players and
Yep.
really had no choice but to get that foot down and couldn't put the ball down. And turnover there by Michigan Tech. Again, they've been pretty clean with the basketball for the most part tonight. Both teams really have, limiting their own mistakes.
I believe that's the 7th turnover by the Huskies. At the other end, a shot is up. Looked like Tech had good defense set up down there in the semicircle, but that's not the way the officials saw it. They're going to call it on Dawson Nordgaard. It's only his first foul. Saginaw at the free throw line. First free throw is good. The Huskies return 11 players from last season, so they're starting to get some experience. 11 of their players come from Wisconsin, Josh.
Yeah, and we knew they were going to be a young team building up last year, and they certainly took their lumps on occasion last season. And this season, that learning curve is still continuing, as Coach Bittner said, one of the toughest schedules in all Division II to start the year.
Trey Garrett makes that free throw. Marcus Tomaszek is averaging 24.5 points per game, leading the team. And like you said, Josh, he's 5th in the country.
Yeah, and that points per game average is going to go up here with his effort here tonight. He's played very well for Michigan Tech, already has exceeded that points per game average, and there's still more than a quarter of today's game left to be played.
Terrian gets it over to Calcaterra, and he'll bring it down the court now with 12:40 to go. Calcaterra looks to his left, finds Nate Abel. Abel quickly moves it to the right, now to Terrian on the left. Josh Terrian right in front of the Tech bench, back out to Calcaterra. Pete goes down low, lost the ball, and Saginaw's off to the races. Tomaszek got back there defensively to stop Freddie McIntosh from getting an easy basket, but he'll pay for it with a foul.
You know, making him earn it at least, but it's definitely not a player you want with a 3rd personal foul. I mean, again, we have 12:22 to go here, and appreciate the hustle from Tomaszek and forcing McIntosh to earn it at the free throw line instead of getting the easy layup. But
well, with so much time left in the game, I'm thinking maybe Josh Bittner might take him out. And in fact, Tomaszek's looking over there.
might stick around for a little bit here, but he's going to be careful. Player you don't want to add another foul onto, and you have to protect him.
Free throw is good by Freddie McIntosh. Calcaterra is going to check out, and Hobson comes back in.
Yeah, looked like he saw Hobson there and was wondering, was that a sub for me? They're similar positions that they could be playing on the floor.
Hobson not getting quite as many minutes as usual, 12 minutes tonight. McIntosh, second free throw, it's good. So we are tied at 56 apiece. Hobson's inbounds pass to Abel. Nate Abel, right down the middle of the court, goes behind his back a couple of times, between the legs, over into the right corner for Hobson, underneath Nordgaard. Dawson wants to go strong to the hoop, and he lays it up and in with the left hand. It's a big one, 58-56, 12 minutes to go in the game. Second half brought to you by Copper Country Ford. McIntosh with it for Augustine on the left side against Nordgaard. Had it stripped. Nordgaard with the ball over to Abel. And Abel's gonna have to slow it down, wait for his mates. Gets it over to Terrian right in front of the Tech bench. Terrian takes it down low along the baseline. Looks like he wants to go up with it. He does, and it's short. Hit the rim and came out. At the other end, this is Seal.
And traveling
And
violation.
On Seal. We're going to take a timeout here, it looks like, with 11 and a half to go in the game. Michigan Tech leading by 2. It's 58-56. This is Husky basketball on WKMJ FM Hancock. Here in the ball game, and Josh, this has been another entertaining contest here. Huskies lead by 2 right now, 58-56.
Huskies have been doing a little bit better in the paint here so far in the second half. They're up to 12 points, still getting beaten pretty soundly in that category, but it was 22-2 after one half, and it's 30-12 now. So the Huskies actually doing better here, 10-8 in the second half. So adjustments were made, and the Huskies, as a result, have a 2-point edge.
Each team has 3 players in double figures. Abel with the ball over to Terrian in front of Coach Josh Bittner. Terrian just hangs onto it. Now he throws it into the corner for Schminda. Back out on top for Terrian. Terrian on the right side now for Abel. Abel to Terrian. Terrian has been scoring here tonight. He's got 10. And the ball knocked away from Hobson. It'll be a foul on Saginaw Valley. Husky hockey tomorrow night right next door at the John McInnes Student Ice Arena. 7 o'clock tomorrow night against Northern Michigan University. CCHA League games. Tomorrow in Houghton, Saturday in Marquette. 11:06 to go in this ball game here. This is Dawson Nordgaard, the Green Bay native, gets it over to Nate Abel. He's from Beaver Dam, shoots a 3 and it's good. Huskies improved their lead to 5, 61-56. Saginaw with the ball, back out on top for Trey Garrett. Over into the corner. Defense by Nate Abel forces the Saginaw Valley player to stay outside. He'll put up a fadeaway jump shot, and it goes.
Man, that was just a really, really impressive play there by McIntosh. Just to stop and change direction so much there against Nate.
Oh, Abel trying to use the high glass. Nordgaard's tip, no good. Rebounded by Saginaw Valley. Huskies needed that second chance points right there, and they didn't get them. But they still have a 3-point lead with the midway point of the second half approaching here quickly. Saginaw with the ball. Ethan Hill. Hill hasn't been out there much the second half. McIntosh with it over on the right side for Trey Garrett. Garrett puts it up over the defender and scores. They had, is that Hobson down there? Yeah. Hobson couldn't stop him. Garrett was unstoppable. 9:40 to go in the game. Nordgaard with it. Gets it over to Schminda. Schminda back down low on the left side for Dawson. Outside, Hobson to Dawson. Dawson, Nordgaard, he traveled. Oh yeah, that's an obvious call.
Happened to him a couple of times here where he's backing down and looking over those shoulders and ends up picking up the basketball, and I don't know, just kind of loses awareness
He's got a dribble
on that with his feet. So tough one there. Again, Dawson with another turnover on that side. He'll go to the bench here for a breather.
That's
Looks
only
like
the 11th turnover of the night for the Huskies.
Calcaterra comes back in.
Saginaw still holding on 8 turnovers. 9:25 left in the game. Saginaw Valley with the ball. Freddie McIntosh feeds it down low to Augustine on the left side. Puts up a shot and scores. Oh, it's Dylan West. West with the bucket. He's from Chicago, played at Missouri St. Louis. We just played Missouri St. Louis, didn't we? That ball knocked away, out of bounds.
Maybe not just, but I did play him somewhat recently.
Not too long ago, yeah.
November 18th.
The Tritons, I think they were called. I should know, I did the game, but 8:52 left in this one. Saginaw Valley in their Cardinal uniforms. Shooting down to my left here. They're trying to attack the basket. Nate Hobson doing some good defense. Here's a three-point attempt, no good. And the rebound goes to Dylan West.
Again, that's a play where the ball hits the floor. The Huskies can't let that hit the floor defensively. It's too easy of a rebound opportunity for the Cardinals. An already good rebounding team. You can't just give them free ones like that.
McIntosh with the ball, 5 on the shot clock. Freddie backs off, puts a shot up and scores. With 3 on the shot clock.
He got cleared out there by Hobson, who's going to get the foul on it and one opportunity here. And Cardinals, again, on another bit of a small run. Nobody's been able to really outstretch by more than 6 points in this game. Huskies led by as many as 6, Cardinals by as many as 6, and then we come right on back, even things back up, or lead changes.
It's Hobson's first personal, 10th team foul. Cardinals are in the bonus. 8:20 to go in the game. Cardinals leading by 3, and they're at the line. Free throw is good.
Brad Simonson for the first time tonight.
That's right, we have not seen him.
Surprised. I mean, seemed like he was a little bit heavier in the rotation, at least last season. I haven't had a chance to see any of their games this year, but perhaps this just isn't a matchup favored, or not a favorable matchup for Brad here tonight, so maybe why he hasn't seen action until right now.
But he has been playing some good minutes earlier in the season. But like you said, not tonight. Here's Tomashik with the ball in the backcourt, being guarded there by Curtis Jackson. Brings it across the line, gets it over to Simonson. Brad at the free throw line, out to Tomashik. Now over on the right side, Hobson has the ball stripped. It's loose in the lane. Players all over out there. Are they going to get a timeout? Or
Brad had the ball. I'm curious if they're going to give him a timeout on that one, or if they're going to call the jump ball.
They were getting pretty physical down there.
Looks like they're going to say they give him a timeout. Good job by Brad on that play.
Simonson was not about to give up. He was tough down there on the floor.
Well, he hasn't had a lot of minutes, so you're going to have to try to earn some of those minutes back, or whatever the case is here. So you're not going to do it by not playing tough.
Saginaw up by 4 with 8:01 to go in the game. And just a reminder, Husky hockey tomorrow night against Northern. Speaking of hockey, the Red Wings are playing San Jose in Detroit. What's the latest there, Josh?
Things surprisingly have not changed in quite a while. They had a flurry of goals that was nearly one of the fastest in NHL history. They were saying that there were 6 goals in 3 minutes and 1 second. There had not been 6 goals in a shorter time span since 1981. So that just goes to show you just kind of how crazy things got there in the second period for a little while. No score about midway through, then Red Wings pumped in 4 quick ones, and then here came San Jose to put in 4 of their own, and that's where things have stood here halfway through the third period there. Keener almost got one, though. He had a little mini breakaway, hit the post.
Patrick Kane. So when they brought him up, somebody had to get sent away, right?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how that worked in this case. I know JT Comfer not playing tonight, out with injury. But I don't know if they sent anybody down, or if they had a roster space available, or if somebody got transitioned to IR or anything like that to make a roster spot for Kane. But he is playing tonight. Comfer is not. And right now, Kane's looked like he just came off the ice here, or he's just about to go on the ice right by the door.
Well, we got a little break in the action here, Josh. My fantasy football team lost by less than a half a point.
I would talk about my fantasy football team, but there are certain individuals back in the studio who are producing today's broadcast who are probably happy with my miserable season that I'm going through here.
I'm having a pretty good season, but somehow I got wiped out in the Monday night game.
I have been wiped out in every possible way.
I've been having a good season. Of course, my quarterback has been Jared Goff. So.
Well, Goff has been one of my guys too, but I'm 4-9 this year, so better luck next week, I guess.
There's a reverse layup by Tomaszek. That all was precipitated by Terrian's pass down low. And the Huskies are within 2. Saginaw with the ball, under 8 to go in the game. They get it out to Seal. Over on the left side with it is McIntosh to Barnett. Barnett against Brad Simonson. A lot of contact. Barnett's shot no good. And they got to call a foul on number 3, Garrett, don't they? Garrett just knocked Hobson off the ball there.
If you would like an indicator of how my fantasy football season has gone, we were talking about tonight, the over-under on the NFL game was set at about 30. The Patriots, they just can't score. Well, I've got the Steelers defense, and the Patriots have put up 21 points so far tonight. So that is the microcosm of my fantasy season.
Well, my team is, I think they're 7-6 now. But I was looking to go 8-5 and just got beat out by less than half a point. 65-63, Saginaw Valley leads. The Huskies will play Wayne State here on Saturday. The women play at 1, the men play at 3. Merry Christmas, everybody. A lot of people will be doing Christmas shopping between now and Christmas. Today is December 7th, which, of course, is a very important day in American history. This is the day that Franklin Roosevelt called the day that shall live in infamy.
Yes.
The attack on Pearl Harbor. We'll never forget that. That precipitated our involvement in World War II.
Also, would like to wish a happy Hanukkah to those celebrating, as Hanukkah is kicked off here today. So, holiday season in full bloom here for us. So, those who are celebrating, happy Hanukkah to you.
We've got a battle going right now between Tomaszek and McIntosh. Marcus with 27, McIntosh with 26.
Yeah, it's been a real duel between those two here so far today. There's certainly been a couple of other players like Garrett, Seal on the Saginaw side, and Calcaterra, Terrian on the Michigan Tech side that have provided some supplemental offense, but the number ones for either team have been playing like number ones.
8 lead changes in this game, and the Huskies are being outscored in the second half, 29-23. Saginaw's got the ball with 7.5 to go in the game. Huskies down by 2, 65-63. This is McIntosh. He's tied up, gets it over on the other side for Seal. Seal goes inside, shot is up, no good, ends up on the floor. And they will call a foul on Nate Abel. His 3rd personal.
So Nate's got 3, Calcaterra, Norgard each have 3, Tomaszek's got 4.
They're calling a lot of fouls here, and it has been a pretty physical game. Part of it just because of the speed and quickness. Saginaw is so quick, and sometimes you just can't avoid fouling them. Free throw's good by DeJuan Toodles Seal.
I'm really curious where the Toodles comes from.
It's in quotation marks, so I wonder if it's just a nickname or.
Okay, that's what he wants to go by.
Gets the second one too.
That's a childhood nickname that he may have gotten or something along the way. And
Saginaw up by 4, 67-63. 7:13 to go in the game. Adam Hobson will hand it off there to Simonson, over to Terrian, and Terrian gets fouled by Trey Garrett.
Huskies, meanwhile, have fouled the Cardinals 10 times, so they will be in the double bonus the rest of the game, and the Cardinals have now committed just their 5th personal against the Huskies here. So
I would think the Huskies would try to get Simonson open for a 3 at some point here. This is Nate Abel with it. They got it to Simonson now. He's being covered, so they get it to Hobson. He'll shoot a 3, in and out, no good. Simonson went in for the rebound, and I thought we were going to see a body slam there for a minute on Garrett. Simonson grabbed that ball and nearly took it out of his hands. McIntosh nearly throws it away, but Garrett recovers near center court. Barnett with it, back to Garrett. Over to McIntosh. Freddie McIntosh guarded by Nate Abel. Simonson comes over to help out. They missed the shot. Simonson with the rebound. Good job on the defensive boards by Brad Simonson to follow that shot. Abel now over on the right side for Tomashek. Marcus dribbling with the left hand, feeds it to Terrian, back to Tomashek. Here's Simonson, is he gonna shoot it? No. And a foul's gonna be called on the floor here.
Garrett getting tied up with
Saginaw.
Hobson down there.
Yeah.
Garrett's going to pick up the personal foul. Yeah, I think if Brad was going to shoot that one, that needed to be more of a touch pass from Tomashek over there to Brad. That time that he ended up looking over in his direction, the defender kind of wandered a little bit closer, so really took away that shot.
Hobson's on the bench now. The Huskies also put Simonson on the bench. So it's Nordgaard out there with Calcaterra, Terrian, Tomashek, and Abel. Pass comes into Terrian. Josh feeds it underneath. Here's a chance by Marcus. Yes! Terrian with the assist, and Tomashek finishes. 2-point game. Saginaw leading by 2. 5:50 to go. Trey Garrett with the ball on the near side, guarded by Terrian. One-handed pass over on the right side for Curtis Jackson. Now Jackson will release it to Toodle Seal. His shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Tomashek, and he gets ripped to the floor. They're going to call this one on Curtis Jackson, right?
That would appear to be the case. Discussing it with the official. It's not going to change the call, but that is going to be a 1-on-1 opportunity now for Marcus Tomashek.
It's only his first personal. And Coach Randy Baruth, I think, is going to bring him out of the game. Put him out, take him out, however you want to put it. Tomashek at the free throw line. Marcus approaching 30. Perfect at the line. And he's going to retie his right shoe. That's why I've got a little delay here. 5:35 left to play in the ball game. Crowd enjoying this good basketball game here tonight. I saw a shot on social media, Josh, an old one. I don't even know if you remember the CB Hedgecock Fieldhouse in Marquette.
Not particularly, no. Marcus is really having a hard time getting that one knot undone right there to get it retied. There we go. Great success.
Might be time to get some Velcros. But anyway, it was really good to see an old picture of the Hedgecock Fieldhouse. That was a great venue for basketball.
Listen to the Bronx cheer come from the bench there. That was great.
Marcus is ready now. Hopefully that long delay didn't hurt his shooting, and it didn't. Didn't affect him at all. We're tied at 67, folks.
Lots of game to be played here still for sure. And Randy Baruth is going to take a timeout with 5:29 to go here.
Both teams in the bonus.
Said kind of a back and forth affair here, and just as soon as one team goes out a little bit, here comes the other team to come on, bring it back. Maybe take the lead. It's just been a seesaw affair all game long.
All right, well, let's take a break here. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Husky Basketball on Mix 93. .15 left to play. The ball thrown inside, and they go up for a shot. No good. They get the rebound. And no, they didn't. The rebound was taken by Calcaterra. I thought Saginaw had secured it, but they didn't. Now Tomashek drives, shoots, misses. Following it up is Nordgaard. He's got it, and he got fouled in the lane. No whistle, though. And Saginaw comes up with the ball. Dylan West. Boy, I thought Nordgaard got fouled for sure. So McIntosh will slow things down a little bit. Gets it over to Seal on the left side now for Ethan Hill. Shot by McIntosh, good for 3. McIntosh trying to stay up there with Marcus Tomaszek on scoring. Shot from the other end. Oh, a 3!
Marcus Tomaszek
You got
with
an
an
injured
answer.
Saginaw player down.
And in the
Tomaszek.
Husky bench area, it looks like he may have rolled an ankle. He's holding on down in that area. That might be Trey Garrett.
I love it. McIntosh hits that 3, and like you said, Marcus comes right back and says, anything you can do, I can do better. And he hit one from way outside. And the injury right in front of the Michigan Tech bench. And now
Yeah, it looks like that it was
coaching
Garrett.
staff comes over and tells the guys, come on, back over on our side.
Bit of a limp going on there for Garrett. Looks like he's okay
Yeah, he
for the
doesn't
most
look
part.
too bad at all, really. But he's going to have to come out. He's heading right over to the trainer's table. 4:29 to go. This game far from over. We're deadlocked at 70 apiece. Michigan Tech will play Wayne State here on Saturday. You know, this summer, the alumni reunion, Josh, some of the names that were here, Alex Cooley was here, Jason Marcotte,
Austin Armga, something looks like was there.
Austin Armga was here for sure. I saw his dad. And I believe Austin married Paige Albee, right?
Correct.
Okay. She was here. One of my all-time favorites, Allison Bailey Bottoms, was here. She's married to O.J. Bottoms. And Jenny Postleway, Tara Ferris. It was a cast of who's who.
Yeah.
Kristen Hager-Peterson, Tracy Vinipal. Some great players. Here we go. Back to the action. Saginaw Valley with the ball. 4:20 to play. They feed it outside. Shot is on its way, way off the mark. They put up the rebound and score. Getting the bucket there was Dylan West. Huskies with it now, trailing by 2. Nate Abel dribbles it up from the backcourt. Abel, the sophomore from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Gets it to Calcaterra. Now Tomaszek, the Huskies' leading scorer. Tomaszek at the top of the key, goes down on the right side, 8 seconds on the shot clock. And Nordgaard set a screen, got tripped up. Here goes Abel to the hoop, took an extra step. They let him have it, but he drew the foul.
Now he'll go to the free throw line here. Chance to even it up.
That wasn't even really the Euro step, but they gave him an extra step there. We're gonna get a timeout here. Looks like it.
That way.
72-70 in favor of Saginaw Valley State. You're listening to Husky basketball on Mix 93. Back in 1 minute.
Official provider of sports medicine to the Michigan Tech Huskies.
Tech, you know, we talk about these players and how disciplined they have to be to attend classes, go on road trips, play tough games, practice. And how about the parents, the dedication? Many of these parents travel everywhere that the Huskies play to see their kids play.
Yeah, it's really a great thing to see. I mean, whether it's been on football trips for myself that I've seen parents go to Iowa or, you know, wherever it's been, they've always shown up. And same thing has gone for basketball. You see so many of the parents coming into attendance here at the SDC gym from Wisconsin, downstate Michigan, and wherever else the Huskies may hail from.
Abel misses that free throw, and they're going to give the ball to Saginaw. Josh Bittner and Adam Hobson on the bench are in disbelief. They thought that ball for sure went off of a Saginaw player.
Huskies couldn't convert anything on that, unfortunately, from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's tough. Tough break there for the Huskies. Here's a feed down low. Dylan West against Nordgaard. Puts it up, no good. And I think Saginaw has in their game plan fall down every time they take a shot. Here's Alcantara. Oh, man. Calcaterra's pass too low for a big 6'10 guy like Nordgaard. It goes between his wickets and out of bounds.
And Coach Bittner a little upset there because he felt like Pete might have rushed that play a little bit more than he needed to. And certainly Dawson was frustrated because he couldn't get down to grab that ball before it split his legs.
3 minutes to go in the game. Michigan Tech down by 2, 72-70. Lead has changed hands 8 times. With the basketball right now is Curtis Jackson. Jackson directs traffic, bounce pass, gets it over to Seal. Seal feeds it over in the right corner, back to Seal. Seal against Calcaterra, puts it up, misses. The rebound taken by Tomashik. Marcus coming out of the backcourt with it, guarded by Curtis Jackson. Puts up a 3-ball, yeah! Oh boy! That was a beauty by Tomashik.
37 now tonight for Tomashik.
73-72, the fans are loving it. 2:18 to go. With the basketball, Freddie McIntosh. That was Toodles Seal, actually. Now McIntosh with it. McIntosh knocks over his man, puts up a shot, and they're going to call a foul on Tech. Abel took a page out of the Saginaw Valley book and kind of went down, but they are going to call a foul on Tech.
Yeah, kind of a wild shot thrown up. They really didn't need to throw one up because any foul is going to be a 2-shot foul here with the double bonus for the Cardinals with 2:01 to go.
It's going to be on Dawson Nordgaard, his second. Somebody's hassling the shooter down there behind, out of bounds.
That's not just somebody, that's Jeff Price.
Is that who that is?
That is.
Well, the referees are letting them get away with it. Here's a shot, and it's good.
Referee had to make sure, don't cross that black line there.
He was watching it.
Got his Santa hat on, he's feeling festive.
2:01 left to play. Another shot coming up here. Taking his time, and he shoots and scores the free throw. McIntosh. So a 1-point lead for Saginaw, 2 minutes to play. Coming across the timeline, Nate Abel. They work it to Nordgaard now. Dawson back out to Tomashik. Tomashik's open for 3. Ooh, he missed everything that time. And it's going to be Saginaw's ball. Boy, after having such a wonderful night, he missed that one pretty badly. 74-73 in favor of Saginaw Valley State. The Cardinals. Right there out on Bay Road, that's where their campus is. McIntosh with the ball. Bounce pass for Seal. Saginaw has the ball right in front of their bench. That's Seal. Feeds it down low, ball stripped by Nordgaard. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Saginaw Valley.
That was a dangerous spot there for Tomashik because, again, his fouls have been ticking up a little bit, and he didn't want to run into another one there and put himself in danger here with such a close game with a limited amount of time, but he drew a 4th personal on Dylan West.
1:21 to play. Inbounds pass to Tomashik. He'll give it up to Abel, and the Huskies go to work on offense now. Nate Abel, where's number 3 for the Huskies? Over to Tomashik. Tomashik down the right side. He's double teamed. Releases to Calcaterra. Down low now, Nordgaard on the left side. Down low, off the window, yes! Dawson, Nordgaard, and the Huskies take the lead with 1 minute to play in the game. Curtis Jackson for Saginaw. Kicks it outside for Trey Garrett. Garrett guarded by Josh Tarian, and he scores.
And a timeout taken here by Saginaw Valley State.
Tarian was trying to guard him, and then he ran into another defender, or another player from Saginaw. That gave him the room that he needed to score.
Back and forth we go here, and it's funny how a lot of times coaches will, or people will say that, it's not necessarily who you start with, but it's who you finish with on the floor. Well, for Josh Bittner, the 5 players who are just on the floor for him are the same 5 he started the game with, so those are the ones that he trusts in this moment here, and we'll see if there are any substitutions or changes here as the Huskies are about to hit offense down 1 point with 47.6 to go.
Well, Tomaszek's had a terrific game. By the way, the Michigan Tech women won their game 56-51 over Saginaw Valley.
See if I can get you some scores on other GLIAC men's games going on here today, if possible. Northern Michigan looks like they have defeated Wayne State 75-69 here tonight. So Wayne State gets swept in the men's and women's contests at Northern Michigan. So those two teams will be hungry for a win on Saturday afternoon. Purdue Northwest is hosting 6-1 Ferris State right now. Pride are up 71-66 in their contest. And then the last and final game in GLIAC play on the men's side. The Parkside Rangers 40, Lake Superior State Lakers 34 with 12:49 remaining in regulation time there.
Tomaszek has had 22 games now where he's scored in double digits in his career here at Tech.
Well, he's maybe going to break that 40-point mark here with 37, I think, already on his sheet for the day.
Marcus with the ball over to Abel. Here we go, 40 seconds left. Marcus with the basketball, drives inside, had the ball stripped.
And there was a foul called.
He'll go to the free throw line. Tomaszek.
Second personal foul on Jackson. It's going to send Tomaszek to the line. Huskies down 1. If he cans them both, they'll flip-flop that, and the Huskies will assume the lead.
Tomaszek's played about 32 minutes of this game. And he makes that free throw.
Relied heavily on the shoulders of number 1 offensively here today, and he has delivered.
And the Huskies took the lead on that one, Josh.
Putting them in the lead. It's something that he's done here a few times already tonight.
34.6 seconds to go. Saginaw has the ball at midcourt. They're down by 1. Cardinals with the basketball. They've had a hot hand too. McIntosh. Here goes Trey Garrett underneath. Back out to Curtis Jackson. Jackson against Tomaszek. Puts it up, scores. 1 point lead for Saginaw with 17 to go.
And the Cardinals will take another timeout here with 17 seconds to go. So just like we saw a little bit ago, the Cardinals find their way to the basket and score, take a 1 point lead, and the Huskies will be tasked to try to inbound.
Well, it's a 1 point lead. They have to go with the length of the court. And so they don't need a three-pointer.
Certainly do not.
And they've been effective in the paint here tonight.
Took them a little while. Certainly the first half wasn't anything exciting in the paint, but they've done much better work here in the second half. Obviously, the Cardinals will key on Tomaszek. They may double Tomaszek as best as they can and allow make one of the other Huskies beat him. Because right now, Marcus has half the Huskies' points on the night.
Unreal, eh? That's a game, boy.
He's had a great night.
Well, we've had some players in the past, Kyle Monroe, and I could name a bunch of them. Austin Armga was one we just mentioned.
Yeah, Ben Stelzer.
Big individual games.
Ali Haydar, of course, Josh Bittner and Matt Cameron back in their days.
Yeah. Rod Ruth. Chuck Finkbeiner.
So
and, of course, the great one from Indiana. The all-time leading scorer up until a year or two ago.
Mr. Grimes.
Larry Grimes, you got it.
Well, Marcus has a chance to do something that still is pretty rarefied air, though. He's, I think he's got 39 tonight, if I have my numbers right. So one more point will put him into a category that not many others have eclipsed, 40 points in a game in Michigan Tech Huskies uniform.
Nordgaard's out there along with Tarian, Abel, Tomashik, and Calcaterra.
Starting 5.
Here we go.
Also your finishing 5.
14 seconds to go. Abel with the ball to Tarian. Tarian in trouble, calls timeout.
Yeah, looking for Tomashik on that one. Good coverage by Jackson, and
wise call there by Josh.
yeah, just you got timeout, the timeout to use. Go ahead and use it. Try to see if you can set something up.
Plus, we still have 8 seconds, so it's not like he waited till there was 2 to go.
See if they set up a screen or double screen here to try to get Tomashik a look. Get the ball into his hands at least, and give him a chance.
That's what you're thinking, though. It's going to be Tomashik.
It would make the most sense. I mean, again, he's been the guy tonight for sure. Clearly, he's got the confidence. He's got the ability to do so from inside or outside. And even with the Cardinals keying on him, again, if you can set a right inbound to get a couple of screens to get on the ball, that's what you're looking for.
Well, we can fantasize here as an announcer. I'd kind of like to see either Nordgaard or Calcaterra surprise them and slam it home for the win.
I mean, it's always a possibility. Like I mentioned, I feel as though the Cardinals will do everything they can, 1 or 2. And 1 or 2 guys probably on Tomashik. And that might leave somebody like Calcaterra or Nordgaard open. If they can move the ball correctly around, they may find themselves within an advantageous spot. And with one of those guys, you might find him open under the basket.
They'll inbound it right down here at the halfway between the midcourt and out of bounds line. Josh Tarian will inbound it for Michigan Tech with 8.1 to go. So they'll have it in the forecourt. They made Trey Garrett move back just a hair. And here's the inbounds pass, Tomashik. Tomashik, gotta hurry, 3 seconds. Tomashik, 1 second, better shoot it, he does! Oh! And the ball got lodged between the rim and the backboard, did not go in. Huskies lose it by 1.
Well, they did what I thought they would do, is try to get it into Tomashik's hands. They were able to do that, and you got to look. It may not have been a great look because it was kind of a fading look with the defender on him, but obviously it was a pretty good shot. Just a touch short and wide to get caught in that elbow there.
I was watching Tomashik most of the time. I'm just wondering, was there somebody else open maybe? I mean, he couldn't have seen. He was being guarded so tight.
Yeah, and like I said, it was one of those positions too where the play was drawn up for him to be the guy on that play, unless every defender abandoned who they were guarding and left somebody clearly wide open. It was going to be Tomashik's game to win, and he put the trust in number 1's hands, and unfortunately tonight it didn't turn out in their favor.
What a disappointing loss. It appeared that it was a game that the Huskies were going to be able to pull out. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, a tight game all the way around. Really both games, again, tight all the way around. Men's game certainly more high scoring and offensive than the women's contest was today, but for those who are attending today, definitely a couple of entertaining matches to watch.
Well, they got their money's worth, no question about that. So the Huskies lose the men's game by 1, 78-77. They won the women's game 56-51. This Husky basketball game coming to you on Mix 93, 93.5 FM. We'll have all the scores for you tomorrow morning. But coming up, we'll have our superior player of the game,